It's time for the suicide mission. And this is the moment, my friends, for some of you. For some of you, this is the moment and this is the time for a suicide mission. And what that means, is do or die. It is do or die. This is like no holds barred, nothing held back. Now, here's the difference between you and most people in the world. And that is that you're business owners. You're business owners. And when things get tough, like they are for some of you are new real estate agents. Some of you have been hit pretty hard with the changes in the economy, with the inflation and all of that, and with the slowdown of the market. And what's crazy is people going like, housing's still moving and it is, but it's getting tougher. It's getting tougher. It's getting harder for deals to close, getting harder to get listings. There's low inventory, not more inventory. There's less inventory in most markets. And the inventory that's there is moving slower. Deals are getting harder to close. Deals are falling apart. People are getting scared. Buyers are getting scared. Sellers are getting scared. Now, this is tremendous opportunity for those who are ready. For those who are not, it is the last stand. And the difference between an employee and a business owner is that an employee depends on the company. You just show up, do your job every day. You just show up, do your job every day, show up, do your job every day. And you count on the company to make the adjustments when things get tough. They got to make the adjustments. And you just got to count on the fact that if you keep doing your work, you're showing up, doing the work, they're going to take care of you. And if the company fails or the company, it's their problem until you lose your job. And then when you lose your job, it's really the company's fault, not yours. But the difference is you're not the employee today. You're the business owner. And so the difference is everything is on you. This is what you signed up for when you became a full-time real estate agent, is you signed up to own your own business. What does that represent? Tremendous opportunity, but it also represents all the risk. So it's all on you. And what happens is when things aren't going the way we want them to go, there are two responses that people have. An employee kind of just sits back and hunkers down and goes like, okay, I just got to keep doing what I'm doing and all that, but I just got to count on the paycheck. But the business owner gets in their head and they get in their head and go like, okay, this has happened. It's not working right. What do I do? And now they either make one of two things. They either adjust and accelerate, or they retract. They tell themselves a story. They stop, they listen to their story, and then they retreat. They pull back. And when they pull back, what happens to productivity? It goes down. What happens when productivity goes down? Production goes down. What happens when production goes down? Profit goes down. And what happens when profit goes down? You go out of business. So what you got to do now is you got to accelerate, not pull back. You got to decide, am I going to stay in this game and win, or am I going to get out? Because survival is going to become more and more difficult because it's going to be just a constant struggle. And whenever the actual crash happens, all the ingredients are coming together for a perfect storm. I think we're still probably 6 to 24 months out from a genuine economic crash when things really get bad. Now, I'm not a prophet. I don't know what's going to happen, but we got to be prepared for that. And when you're prepared for it, you can win. So there's 3 steps. If you are struggling to get production, if you're struggling to get the deals done, to make it work, to win, to get on top of it where you got money in the bank, money in the treasury, here are the 3 steps you got to do. Number 1, 3 hours a day of intense prospecting minimum. 3 hours a day of intense prospecting every single day, minimum. 5 days a week, 6 days a week, prospecting a minimum of 3 hours a day, maybe 4, maybe 5. If you don't have a deal going, if you're not working on deals in the afternoon or going on appointments, you got time for more lead generation. It's going to be hard. It's going to be bloody. It's going to be ugly. It's going to be painful. It's going to be exhausting. But number 1, you got to get out there and lead generate. You lead generate first with your personal circle. You lead generate with expireds. You lead generate with for sale by owners. Okay, old expireds are awesome. Old cancels are awesome. But you got to get out there and hustle like you've never hustled before to generate the deals. Now, when you're going for sell by owners and expireds, the good news is you get listings. Okay, that's the good news. You get listening. We're seeing it every single week is coaching members that are going out and getting expireds and for sale by owners. And when they get them, it's like, oh, there's a $10,000 check. That's a $15,000 check. There's a $20,000 check. There's a $30,000 check. I just got my first $1 million listing. I'm hearing story after story after story of you guys getting your first $1 million listing, $1 million sale. But I'm also hearing other stories going, nothing's working for me. You got to accelerate. You got to decide, am I going to retreat and fail, or am I going to accelerate and attack and win? There is no hunkering down when it is your business, because if you hunker down, everything stops. Number 2, an open house event, at least one a week. Every single week, you got to be doing open house events. And I'm talking about the full-on open house event where you're knocking the doors, inviting 100, 200, 300 people to the event. Knock on 100 doors, 200 doors, 300 doors on the Thursday and the Friday, and you're out just pounding the pavement. That's part of your 3 hours of prospecting. But getting out there and meeting homeowners, meeting sellers, getting in their world, inviting them to an open house event. If your online vortex is up and running, then on the open house invitation is also the call to action. Okay, you've got to make that happen. And then number 3 is you've got to accelerate with your personal circle. Accelerate with your personal circle. You got to get everybody out there looking for business for you. A team, B team. You got to be in the game every single day talking to those people. Again, it's part of your three or 4 hours a day of prospecting and lead generation. But you got to get over the fear of asking them for business. But my friends, these are the 3 things that you have to be doing. Number 1, 3 to 4 hours of lead generation, of aggressive, intense prospecting every single day, 5 days a week. 5 quality conversations, 5 personal videos is a minimum standard. For some of you, it should be 10 quality conversations a day, adding 5 people a day to your personal circle vortex, and 5 to 10 personal videos every single day. When you're doing your open house events, you're probably going to be doing 20, 30, 40 personal videos every single week on those open house events. Number 2 is doing the open house events. And number 3 is open house events. Number 3 is your personal circle vortex. Is you've got to create a word of mouth marketing team. So they're out there hustling, looking for business for you, letting them know that you need and want their referrals. All the people that you can help, because people are scared, people are struggling. If they get stuck with an amateur agent, they're in trouble. If they try to just listen to themselves, try the do-it-yourself approach, they're gonna get hurt. They need a professional like you help them. You've got to get the word out to your personal circle so they know you want to help people. And number 2, that the people that they know have somebody that can and will help them. That is the game. What are you committed to doing to win in this real estate business? More to come, but get in the game. Let's go.